Hi, in this video we are going to learn about List.Accumulate function, and this one is really powerful function. If you know VBA or any other programming language, then you know how to loop through a specific pattern, like how to loop actually. So the looping in Power Query is done using this List.Accumulate and List.Generate function. So in this video we are going to learn about List.Accumulate, and in the next video we are going to see a real example on this topic. So List.Accumulate is basically looping through each item of a list and then applying a specific function. So you can define the function, you can custom build your function. So List.Accumulate is a Power Query function that iteratively apply a function, the accumulator, to each element in a list. So simple example is summing up a list. You can just use list.sum as well, finding minimum, finding maximum, and there are a couple more example where you cannot use any built-in function, but you can achieve the same result using List.Accumulate. So let's start from simple example. So I'm going to go to this data tab, and then I'm going to launch my Power Query editor. So new query, other source, and blank query. So I can create a list easily by using this shorthand like this. So it will create a list from 1 to 10. Now if I just want the sum, then I can just use list.sum, right? And then this will give me the sum. Let me give you another example. Let's suppose you have a text list like this. Okay, so let me just copy that list in the source, and this is my list, and I want to concatenate this list. So we can use like text.combine, right? And let's suppose I can say this, but the problem is we cannot convert the value 5 to type text because this is not actually a text. So we could use list.transform and transform each of these into a text format, and then we can use text.combine. So I can just give you that example as well, list.transform. So this is my list, and then this will be very simple, text.from and underscore, and now you can see we have the result. Or we could just use List.Accumulate. So let me just show you that. List.Accumulate, and this is my list. Sorry, I think I have already converted that into a concatenation, so let me just get rid of that. And so this is my list, and I'm going to use List.Accumulate this time. So List.Accumulate, same idea. Initial we have list, and then seed, that will be the initial value, and then accumulator function, so that is state current. Now what do you need? I know that seed is always going to be a string, so I can say state, and then I can say text.from, and then that is the current, because current could be a5, so 5 is a number, so we need the text.from. And if we run this, we get the same result, right? This is another example. Now this is not actually a good example as well to use List.Accumulate. We could just use the list.transform and text.combine. Now let's move on the next example, and this is really good example. Let's suppose List.Accumulate. Now you don't need this seed or the output of this accumulator function to be always single value like text or number. You could have like record, or you could have an example with table. So our next video is going to be on the table, and I will show you how can we use List.Accumulate to create a table. So if you look at this example, so I'll have a list of number, and basically we are finding the minimum and maximum. We could easily do that using list function as well, so that doesn't make any sense as well. So let's suppose if I want that, I could just say mean, then list.mean, list.mean, and then custom one, right? And then I could say max equals to list.max, and then custom one. We could just do that, right? And you can see the minimum is -400, maximum is 150, right? If you look at this, minimum is -400 and maximum is 150. Now let's see if we want to do that using List.Accumulate function. So List.Accumulate, so we will have a list that is going to be custom one, and then seed mean is going to be minus, let's suppose you can pick a maximum number, and max is going to be, you can pick a maximum number based on some predefined value, right? can see right now it's using min 0 and max 0 as well, so that's not actually ideal, but that's okay. Oh sorry, you can pick maximum on this one and this should be minimum, so we'll have a correct result. Okay, so this is my inner seed value, that is a record, not simple value but a record value, and accumulate same thing, state and then current, right? And then we could just say okay, output of this will be, the mean will be if this current value, right? So if this current value, me just make it a little bit bigger, if this current value is less than our state mean, that means it will show you the previous value, so mean. So if this is less than this, then current value should be the minimum, otherwise state mean should be the mean. Maximum will be in the same way. So if current value is greater than state and then max, so then current value should be the maximum, else state and max should be the maximum. And look at this, minus 400 and 150. So this is another example function. Actually you could do that using in this way, that using like this, but there are some scenario where this will be really useful. I am going to show you that in my next video, so keep watching. Have a good day.